game, we get a shout out every time because everyone gets a chance to shout out what they're doing.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Anime-Zing Radio here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm your host, Doug Engler. Joining me in the co-host seats, as always, are our good friends, Miss Angela Rose.
Hi, everyone.
Mr. Darren Starling.
Who's that?
He ain't dead yet. And everybody's favorite feline, Kaya Tiano.
Hello.
And good evening, Ross. Great to see you in the chat. I hope that everybody had a wonderful week. Kaya and I did have a little bit of fun earlier this week with a Minecraft gaming session. It was very educational for me and crashy for both of us. We learned that Kaya cannot pick things up without the server going down.
Yeah, I need to fix that at some point.
But how is everybody doing?
Much better this week.
Yeah. I know, sickness has been going around. I saw in like some of the Discord channels that I'm in that, like the On Key, there was flu going around for a lot of people in there for 2, 3, 4 weeks. Darren, it hit you. It hit my household. Kaya's still healing up from an injury. Angela had some personal stuff and some sickness at the end of last year, which kept her out of a couple of shows.
Mostly just nonsense shenanigans and probably a migraine.
Good evening to John Knight and Mario. Great to see you guys. Great to see everybody coming in.
Yes.
Mario says, welcome back, Angela.
Yep. Good to be back.
To that I say, welcome back, Mario.
Ditto.
Yeah. Welcome back, Mario.
Yeah. And both Mario and John I have on socials. Have been seeing their anime and video game posts, and subsequently, some of Mario's video game posts have given me some ideas on what I should be looking for to play next, but we'll see. Free time is limited.
And speaking of anime news, I saw announced recently for Saratoga Springs Comic-Con, I believe it was, up in Saratoga in the spring of this year. Monica Rial was announced to be a guest. That's Sam Chase's con, which we've worked with Sam in the past. So if I can manage to get the time off, it's about a 4.5-hour drive each way. I would make a day out of it to go up to the convention, say hi to Monica and stuff like that. Mario, I know you probably wouldn't be able to make it to the States for that, but if I do get up there, I can tell her you say hi.
My free time, given new job new and all that fun stuff, vacation time is limited. And hello to Poopsie Brown.
Yes, hello, Poopsie Brown. Hopefully everybody's doing good. We are excited. Thank you for sending that link, Kaya. We are collaborating between the AZR YouTube, Twitch channel and Kaya Tiano's Twitch channel. So I'm still learning all of that stuff and figuring things out. So
yay!
Hello to Vivi and Drillbit31. It's great to see you.
Yay, friends!
More people.
Vivi Herrera, I2J, I think that is. Does that sound about right? So happy to give shout outs to all the wonderful people in the chat. I'm excited to actually be able to be here for the full 2 hours this week. Last week was an hour. Next week, not at all, because my train goes out Sunday afternoon somewhere around 2:30. So you're going to be left in the very capable hands of Angela, Kaya, and Darren. And the chaos, I'm sure, will ensue.
Because,
Because Ross will turn it into food.
and Darren and I can do that on our own.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have on more than one occasion.
Nothing wrong with food.
No, not at all.
But I figure we'll start tonight's show off. As some of our loyal fans remember, we did a challenge where us four and my wife all threw a show in where we all had to watch episode 1 in Japanese because some shows did not have an English adaptation. Multiple different genres, multiple different types. Unfortunately, the paper that I had with everything written down, I've lost, so I don't remember all the shows. But Angela just finished up watching them today, and Darren, Kaya, and I all gave our opinions prior, and also Casey, my wife, who had joined us, gave her opinions before. But we're excited to hear what Angela has to say, and as you go through the list, you can say which show it was, the name of the show, who suggested it, and then we can, after you give your opinion, we can do a recap of what we thought.
Well, I'm going to do this in the order I watched them. The first one I watched was actually Casey's pick, Ranking of Kings. The short answer, that was definitely a not for me show. Although it just didn't hit. The art was okay. And after we finished that one, husband actually pointed out how interesting it was to give the main character a disability, and how that was actually well done, which I'll agree with him. I just didn't care for the show.
My wife loves the show Ranking of Kings. She's been trying to get me to watch it since it came out, and since she watched it. It was a very interesting concept. I agree with you guys' opinion about giving the main character a disability. I think we've started to see that more and more in recent anime. You had the sign language, sign of affection anime.
Yep.
And so I think it's interesting that they're starting to incorporate, medical issues and disabilities, and bringing some light to it, but not making fun of it, showing strength in many cases.
Yep.
So it's nice to see the positive affirmations. That was my take on it.
Yeah. The second one I watched was Yours, Doug, Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent. You got me to watch an isekai, okay?
But it doesn't feel like an isekai after that first episode.
I will, you know what? I'll give you this one it was a lot better than I was expecting. But it felt very mid, it felt like it's been done, it felt like something I'd watched multiple times before, kind of very, very generic kind of story. And maybe that's just because it was episode 1 and it just
that like if we made it, a 3-episode trial, I feel like there were shows that we all watched that we'd be like, you know what? Just watching it off of 1 episode, it was 3 episodes, okay. Off of 1 episode, I think Kaya enjoyed Saint's Magic Power.
Considering
I ended up watching the second immediately.
Next was Darren's pick, Dorohedoro, and that was a very me show. That one I'll probably eventually go back and finish.
I had a feeling you'd like it. If nothing else, for the what the my watching factor.
Exactly. That was very much a what in the heck did I just watch?
Mario says, I can see how you'd like that one.
Yep.
Dorohedoro.
Yep. My so
Which I've learned how to say. The first time I tried to pronounce that on the air, I butchered it so horribly.
but that's exactly it. That one was my favorite out of the 4. And then the last one I watched was Kaya's pick of Macross Delta. And immediate first vibe was a weird mix of mechs and idols. It was fun. It felt very, and again, this might just be because it was only episode 1, but it felt like more style than substance.
It was hard for me to pick them across because all 3 I wanted to pick, you really need to watch 2 or 3 episodes because each have kind of a prologue episode. Then it gets into the series.
And I feel like that's exactly what I watched. And then my pick for everybody else was Psycho Pass because I wanted to pick something that I knew was definitely not something anyone else except possibly Darren would have watched on their own, but also not something so dark and not as grimdarker as WTF as some of the stuff I enjoy.
One thing that I noticed about Psycho Pass is it had a feel to another anime, and it took me forever to try to figure out. I'm like, I know this reminds me of a show. I can't place it, and it just came to me now. Noir. To me, it had a feeling of noir with some of the art style, some of like the action scenes with the shooting, the gun shootings and stuff like that. I'm like, it kind of reminds me of the old anime Noir. Noir, if people are interested, check out. Mario agrees with me, Noir.
And Mario is agreeing with you that he needs to rewatch Noir. So kind of going back from chat, John Knight says today is National Milk Day. Very cool. Mario, I remember
Kaya is the kitty. I have
Mario. I do remember you liking Psycho Pass because I vaguely remember this coming up before.
Hey, Nancy.
And then we've got a lovely comment from Ross that I missed. Ross says, I might be the only one watching the You and I Are Polar Opposites anime that started this morning.
Nope.
And my question...
I'm watching too.
I can't decide watching in dub or sub.
I can't answer that one.
Because
I'm biased.
Darren, are you watching it subtitled?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, that is not one of the ones we watched today, but we did in fact watch multiple episode 1s today of the new season. Even
I watched a few earlier this week.
We did. No, almost our entire list for this season is adventure of some variety. And Ross Mario says the dub is good.
I'm just glad that I'm not gonna spoil it, but we have an anime that's progressed beyond what your average anime takes a whole season to get through. in the first episode, which is rare.
I will say that one of the ones I watched earlier had an almost hour-long episode 1.
Possibly tomorrow, or no, I go out tomorrow, so possibly Tuesday while I'm in the hotel. Between the time I wake up and the time that I leave, I will actually start watching some stuff from the new season.
I started Polar Opposites, Jack of all trades, Party of None, which was very similar to All These Banished from the Heroes Party.
Yes, it was, because that's one of the ones we watched as well.
So what you're saying is there's a chance I might like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I did watch the only episode 1 that I've seen thus far is the I fell in love with a member of the Heroes Party and tried to confess to her. I watched the first episode of that, and I don't remember reading. I remember reading synopsis, but I don't remember them saying exactly who this person was. If they did, I didn't remember it because I was kind of surprised by who it was that tried to confess to the member of the Heroes Party.
Oh, that's on my list. We haven't watched that yet, so
that's why I'm keeping it very vague and not spoiling anything.
Oh, and one of the ones that I'm shooting myself for not watching previous seasons that I said we should all watch. Well, I'm following through this season with this one. And I also started Maya Naka Heart Tomb.
Yeah, no, there was a cute girl in the Heroes Party that's on our list. We haven't gotten to that one yet.
I haven't started anything. I've been playing Wuwa. Please save me from that game.
At least it's not Uma Musume anymore. I still will play that from time to time on the phone.
There's several others I need to start.
And Mario is saying, please watch May I Ask for One Final Thing?
I think I am.
That's an old one.
Hold on a sec. I gotta take this.
Darren's got to step away. We're going to get ready to go to focus in on our title of the show, looking back at the winter 2025 anime season. We're going to be starting off with the winter shows. And I think it's going to be interesting to look back and be like, God, it was that long ago? Because we do that every time.
Yep.
Well.
And then we can all pick out some of our favorites from last year.
Looking at what I watched, we actually watched a lot in winter. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I feel like the collective favorite of the group for winter would have been Guild Receptionist.
Guild Receptionist was fantastic, but I give it to Apothecary Diary season 2.
That was not winter. Oh yes, it was. Never mind.
January
Never mind. Never mind. I missed that one. I missed that one, and nope, absolutely.
Because winter brought a lot of there was quite a few season 2s that were spoken about highly. Solo Leveling season 2, Apothecary Diary season 2.
Sakamoto Days was fantastic.
100 Girlfriend season 2, that was a highly anticipated one because season 1 was so out there. Everybody wanted to see what happened in season 2.
Zenshu was the isekai I enjoyed.
Happy Marriage season 2. That was actually pretty good.
Yep.
Getting married to a girl I hate in my class wasn't bad.
That was all you guys.
That was me.
I started it.
Guild Receptionist is getting another season, isn't it?
I think
I
so.
think so.
Guild
I think-
Receptionist. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to get out on time.
That one
That
was
was
a good
just
series.
fun.
Given the Worthless Appraiser class was actually a decent one.
And I think and Honey Lemon Soda was one of the only ones. I think that was the only one that season that I didn't finish.
It was meh at best.
It did not hit at all for me.
Mario says solo leveling never clicked with him. John Knight says today is the 15th anniversary of the Black Butler dub.
And Ross said that I have a crush at work and Appraisal were both good.
I never finished Crush at Work, but I agree based on what I saw.
Headhunted to Another World, Salaryman to Big Four was actually better than I was expecting it to be. Yes, isekai. I went in with the frame of mind of it's another isekai. It's going to be just another one of those time filler, mindless, stupid shows that I really, really seem to enjoy. And it actually was a lot better than I was expecting.
I got to chime in on these two just because I was on the phone and wasn't able to say nothing. Sakamoto Days and 100 Girlfriends were my two from the upper part of that list. Sakamoto Days was just pure fun.
Yes.
But especially once we got to season 2, but I mean, who didn't love I needed my drunk fighting.
Oh.
What was her name? May?
Lou.
I needed more Lou.
All I'm going to say is, Darren, thank you for pointing that one out because I would have completely missed it and I absolutely loved it.
Other ones that I had checked, I actually watched quite a bit from it back in the winter. Left my A rank party to help my former students. I never finished. Bureaucrat to Villainous, Dad's Been Reincarnated. My wife and I actually started watching that.
I found that one really funny.
It was really funny, a lot of really good stuff. But then towards the end of the season, it kind of got boring. Like it seemed like they were rehashing a lot of the jokes, and we kind of lost interest. Bogus Skill Fruit Master, that one was actually a decent one. Middle-aged Shopper, I watched it just because I was like, oh, it's about a 40-year-old dude that gets reincarnated. Let's see what this is.
Dr. Detective is one that I watched, and it was very much a variant of House. I absolutely loved it. Definitely one of those not for everybody kind of shows. They did actually go into some really dark stuff, but it was fun. And Toilet Bound Hanukkah-kun, you watched that, didn't you?
I did watch that. That was really good.
No,
I think season 2 was better than season 1, and I think there's more to come. Season 2, I felt like there was more emotional content, so it brought you in emotionally more so than just a storyline, where you really fell into it.
Did any of you guys, or was it just Ross that watched Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf?
I watched that, or I started it.
I never watched it.
I didn't watch it. I think the only Elf one I started was Plus Size Elf at his request, but I only made it one episode in.
I did watch The Elf Girl's Cat is Secretly S-ranked. That anime was everybody wants to boink a cat. That's what I ended up nicknaming it.
Didn't you watch Kurio? Didn't you watch Madaka Kuriola is impervious to my charms?
Where was that at?
The one about the blonde, but the guy. The
Oh
blonde,
yeah. I did. I was that this season?
that
back-
was this season. It was further up.
Was it?
Ross says
Oh,
Headhunt
I did watch that
Headhunted
one.
was
Yeah.
okay, but could have gotten some romance, but I understand it's all about work. And then A rank was good, but I wish Jamie had more scenes. Fruit skill was just okay, but the redhead was fire. Online shopper, weird that the in girl didn't join, but the show was weird. And Ross confirming that he did watch Welcome Miss Elf, said it's wholesome. Wish we knew more on how he got the ability.
Of being able to transfer between the elf's world and his own. Kind of scrolling down through. I don't know if I watched much else from this season.
I did. I'm living with an otaku Neat Kunoichi. That's also one of the girls that when I was purchasing our figures, there was a steep discount on her Dakimakura. I think she was discounted down to like 5 or 4,000 yen, so I just couldn't pass that up. And I'm talking about the pink hair mane on the front there.
Okay.
But yes, we have gone over everything I actually watched over the winter.
You know, one I meant to start because I've watched everything else from it and forgot.
What's that?
Grisaia Phantom Trigger.
So yeah.
Because I love the Grisaia series.
So I would say for me, my top two out of winter were Guild Receptionist and Apothecary Diaries. It for 2025, it's hard to beat Apothecary Diaries in my opinion, because that is a show I would recommend to anybody.
Same. Sakamoto Days, very up there. Apothecary Diaries.
Sakamoto Days, Guild Receptionist. They were just like fun. 100 Girlfriends was probably my top from that season, and then followed by the girl Married to a Girl I Hate.
Lazarus, we never went back and watched. We meant to.
And Ross in the chat said S-ranked Behemoth was good until the girls started making it weird, including how the mother came in the final of the show. And Kunoichi was funny, but I only liked Hina as the best ninja. I think my favorite character from S-ranked was the, to nobody's surprise, the cat girl. I thought that she was a good comedy asset, and
Ross says his favorite for that season was appraisal skill, and John Knight is pointing out that Mishoka Tensei is scheduled for July of this year.
We get more of the DJ and Rudius. The show is good, but my God. Looking back at Spring now.
Spring, I actually watched almost nothing.
Yeah, I only had a few shows myself.
Most of what I watched was sequels.
Because we had Fire Force season 3, which I believe my
Oh.
wife was watching.
Technically, nope. I'll bring that up when we get to summer because this was a summer movie. Like, why is there a movie on here?
We got MHA Vigilantes.
Did not actually watch that one.
Here's a show I meant to watch, and ironically is called Witch Watch.
I've been meaning to watch that as well.
Windbreaker season 2 was one of the ones that I did watch and really enjoyed.
I meant to watch Kowloon Generic Romance.
I watched the Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows, and that was actually pretty entertaining. Boy Girl Friendship Survive. That was a decent one.
It was.
Put them on Takamani-san. I dropped.
Oh, I completed it.
I knew you were gonna.
Well, it took me a while. I didn't complete it until like a couple weeks ago.
I was gonna say until last week. Killing Slimes for 300 Years season 2. It was more wholesome, cute.
Oh,
just your typical slime show.
So apparently for spring, I only watched 2 shows.
Same.
And one of them was a season 2, and the other we haven't gotten to yet.
I meant to watch the Shienji Family Children. Meant to watch it.
Yeah, I think this was just a season where very little appealed to me.
Unaware Meister. I watched that one. That one was kind of a cute show.
Darren Ross says, don't watch Kowloon. There was no romance and it was boring.
Okay. I also meant to watch I'm the Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire.
That one was interesting, and it got a little boring at the end, but it was interesting.
If I'd have watched season 1, I definitely would have watched season 2 of Ahern-san is Indecipherable.
I meant Go Loser Rangers one. I meant to watch season 2, but we didn't get around to it. Omomusume, I feel like at least 2 of you watched Cinderella Grey.
I watched season 1 of Cinderella Grey. I have not watched season 2. The Chargers just intercepted the Patriots.
I started Summer Pockets, but dropped it or forgot about it.
Kaya, since you enjoyed Saint's Magic Power, you might enjoy The Two Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiance, and ended up going to the neighboring kingdom. I think you would enjoy that. That has a very similar feel to Saint's Magic Power.
Okay.
And it was really good, actually.
I have to share. Given how much we talk about sports and we're in the NFL playoff season, I have to share a fun fact. The Bears beat Green Bay earlier this weekend. The last time that happened was 1 week after Pearl Harbor.
Really?
The last time Chicago beat Green Bay in the playoffs was 1 week after Pearl Harbor.
Wow. Not quite as long, but the last time the Bills won a road playoff game, because the Bills won today, was 1992.
3.
Was it 93? I thought it was
93. I was 11.
I was close.
But.
And you will be hearing some sports updates throughout the show, because I do have a tab open where I have the sound on, but as low as it'll go, where I can still hear what's going on. The Chargers have the ball in the red zone. It's 3rd and goal after picking off Drake May.
Of all the times to throw an interception.
They are on about the 3.5 yard line.
Meh.
Ooh.
But going down this list, never actually watched season 2 of Go Go Lucha Ranger. And then I didn't watch any of the rest of these.
I think I watched the first episode of Rock is a Lady's Modesty. Summer Pockets I started, and it was really good, and then all of a sudden, like, the whole subject matter changed, and like it started over again. And I hate when shows do that. I'm sure there's like it would all tie in at the end, because I've seen it before in other shows where it's really good, then all of a sudden the entire subject matter changes.
Mm-hmm. I started Summer Pockets, but only got a couple episodes in.
And for those interested, the Patriots held them. The Chargers went for it on 4th and goal, and no good. Incomplete pass. Patriots take over at the 1 yard line.
I can just see my brother's house right now. Everybody just screaming.
Gorilla God's Go-To Girl was actually somewhat decent.
A Gundam I did not watch.
I
didn't
don't even know how you would pronounce it.
I didn't like that Gundam. Maybe it's because of the last one. I just didn't like it.
Witch from Mercury was just so good.
Yeah, I just felt like they kind of downgraded themselves when they on that one compared to Witch of Mercury.
Mm.
But it's hard when you come out with such a good show.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing this one before. I'm sure we talked about it, but it screams Darren. Machina-san's a love bot.
No, I'm not a big fan of the whole robot. Well, I take that back. There's been a couple I've watched. The last one I watched was either Beatless or Plastic Memories.
And Ross is throwing up comments as we go through shows. Ross is throwing in comments. I'll admit I can't keep up. And Doug, what did you do?
I had to show the fact that my cat is staring at the screen as the mouse is going. You can see her ear. She's literally right in front of me, in front of the monitor.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to bring it up so you can see right down here. Right there.
I see Nanachi.
Did you say Boy Girlfriend Survived? I watched, made me angry for blue-haired girl and others dumping on main dude's dream, but good show.
It was decent.
Actually, I had to do it.
Also, book series ended last year. And Darren Rion won. I don't know what that means. And
Which one?
I'm going to assume.
Okay. I think he's talking about Boy Girl Friendship.
I think so as well. Anne Shirley was one of my favorites for the season because it was a really good adaptation. But those books were like a very influential part of my childhood.
Catch Me at the Ballpark was actually more entertaining than I was expecting. I kind of went into it with a blank slate and was pleasantly surprised by some of the moments in it.
We ended up only watching like one episode, and then
I forgot to watch it,
and then got busy, never went back to it.
It gave an interesting insight to the people who walk the stands to sell goods.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy. I did think that they did it pretty good. And 49-yard pass to Stevenson. Patriots at the 50-yard line.
not exactly the same, but it's naked man found outside the White House.
It's from the 1 yard line to the middle of the damn field.
Yeah,
What is the
pass to
name of-
Stevenson, and he ran it.
The name of the 5th anime? Yandere Dark Elf?
Yandere Dark Elf, she chased me all the way
That I meant to watch that.
from another world. For those of you who have subscriptions like me, that is a high dive show that I did not watch.
I forgot.
It isn't etchy, so that's up Darren's alley.
Yep.
Well, also the whole yandere.
He was set by the church. The church was
I love my yandere.
basically
Um,
he was a military
Zatsu Tabi, That's Journey.
knights.
I'm not gonna lie. I went into that thinking that it was gonna be like the Wandering Witch anime and a few other things, but it's actually about a manga artist who tries to take inspiration by going to different parts of Japan and learning things that inspire her to make her mangas better. And the first person I thought of was Angela, knowing at the time that this came out, Angela, I think you were supposed to be still going to Japan.
this would have been after we got back
Okay.
because we went at the end. We were there October into November 2024.
Okay, so you had gotten back, but they were traveling all over Japan. I'm like, dude, this just makes me want to travel.
And
just take
No,
day
and
trips
that's-
here or there, and
that's a show that was on our list that we never got to watch.
Wha-
Again,
if you have a slow season, if this, if you have a slow season, go back and watch it. You will not be disappointed.
I would recommend
Knowing how much you guys love to travel, I think you
Oh,
would
yeah.
really, really enjoy this one.
oh yeah, no, travel is a huge part of my life now.
I'm not gonna lie. This was one of the things that got me excited to go to like explore Crystal Cave, which is not too far from where I live, and Penn's Cave, which is here in Pennsylvania. Like go on cave explorations and just get out and like observe nature. And I'm like, this is
Go.
just really, really good.
Go do stuff. Yay.
Get out of the house once in a while for something other than work and errands.
That's something I struggle with.
Same. I will be leaving the house Wednesday, but it's to bring my wife to a bodybuilding thing with the her advisors that are putting on. So my daughter and I are probably going to go to the mall in Allentown and see if she wants to spend some of her Christmas money.
I know what you mean, but it's like that's someone
Yeah.
I see the next 6 there. I did not watch any Guilty Gear Strive. I've heard people talk about Bye Bye Earth second season. I've heard people talk about.
But I might have that.
Nope.
Witches. I
Did you watch that one?
Yep, I liked it.
I don't think I
watched-
remember hearing about it. Tell us a little bit about it.
This was a season I watched. Yeah, no, I watched none of this.
So
I
what
think I
was
didn't watch
Machu
it in
Picchu wishes?
spring.
Well, I mean, I haven't.
I didn't think I watched it in spring. I think I watched it more in the summer season because I didn't even know about it. It's like Idol.
Was it the one beginning?
Okay.
They sing, do grant wishes.
No, it hasn't been that in a while. I had to start changing. So I could probably.
Oh wow,
Classic
Princess
stuff.
Orchestra came out in spring. That still isn't licensed.
Okay. So try those. I'm not trying it right. I'm just making.
And that's a good Princess Orchestra's a good magical girl.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Hanadol. Did not see.
Nope.
I'm negative on the rest of the list.
I don't think any of us watched anything else on the rest of this.
I know. Careful when you do the passwords. Yeah. No,
Now-
I don't do it with passwords.
This is a tough one to like.
I had to remember something. Oh yeah.
I might have to say Zabutabi is in my top 2 from the spring list.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna give my top for the spring to Anne Shirley.
I know you really enjoyed Anne Shirley.
I did. I absolutely loved it. I also really enjoyed Windbreaker season 2, but
I think Two Perfect Saint would be my other top two, because that one actually was really, really good. Which I know surprises people with how much I liked Uma Musume series. Cinderella Grey was entertaining, but because it was a struggle to find, I didn't watch it very often.
I think sometimes shows you just find it exactly the right moment and they hit. And Ross says Gorilla God Girl and Aaron Zahn are his favorites from this season, or from spring 2025.
So looking back to summer 2025.
I watched quite a few more in this one.
No.
Same.
That said, one of the things I think at least a couple of us watched was before we start going down here. Did we all watch Garnt's movie?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay, so Darren did not watch Bond. Not only did I watch the movie, I watched the documentary. There's like an hour to 2 hour long documentary about the making of Bond.
Oh, I believe I watched that too.
Yep.
Connor also did a video about that.
I wanted to do a video about Bond, but my work schedule, kept me away, and then I kind of forgot because of just being busy and life happens, and we're all, we all have, as adults, you have responsibilities that, take your imagination and your focus away from things that you want to do because of things you have to.
Yep.
Whether it be job searches, injuries, work in general, unexpected visits from your friends in South Carolina and North Carolina.
Yesterday, John Knight is pointing out that yesterday was the 5th anniversary of the Attack on Titan final season dub.
Which part?
I was gonna ask that.
I was about to say which part.
Yes.
Gonna have to be more specific, John.
Because it had like 582 parts. I know I'm getting a shaking. I don't have the tab open, so I can't see Angela shaking her head at me.
Yes, I am shaking my head at you because
I say that every time, and
Yep.
you shake your head at me every time.
Yep.
But it's true. That was
I'll tell you what.
ridiculous how they broke that up.
I agree. Did any of us watch Dan to Dan?
Nope.
No.
My wife did, and I believe my wife watched Don to Don, and I think she really enjoyed it.
Because season 2 is the first one listed.
I was planning to, and I forgot. I didn't have time.
And the next one is
Dress Up Darling, season 2.
Ross's commentary. Dress Up Darling was good, but not as good as season 1. And before we start, he's bringing up the argument of how Fragrant Flower was delayed here until fall.
No, it wasn't.
I still haven't watched it. Kaiju 8 season 2 was so good. Sakamoto Day season 2 also fantastic.
I mean, lights, camera, action. Probably the most iconic part of that whole second season.
Yes. 100%.
Because just why not? We didn't plan for this.
Call of the Night season 2 was absolutely phenomenal.
Better than Dress Up Darling. I said it.
I said it as well. At the time, I said Call of the Night season 2 was better than Dress Up Darling season 2 and was a better romance than Dress Up Darling season 2.
Mm-hmm.
John Knight.
I about to say Nazuna was tiers ahead of Marin this season.
I'm gonna.
And not gonna lie, the detective really grew on me in those last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to agree with John Knight. Kaiju 8 season 2 was a 10 out of 10. I will agree with that actually. And how dare us what, Mario? Because I don't know what that's in response to.
It's probably the fact that we said Call of the Night was better than Dress Up Darling.
And
I don't know-
Nazuna was better than Marin.
I do not agree. So but I also didn't watch Call of the Night beyond 2 episodes of season 1 and did not enjoy. So
I would almost say just watch season 2, because season 2, I feel like the story in season 2, it had a little continuation from season 1. But I think you could go into season 2 without knowing season 1 and fall in love with it.
Apparently Mario agrees with me on Call of the Night, period. And Ross says Call of the Night season 1 for me was better, but at least we got to learn a whole lot more about Nazuna.
Exactly. And like I said also, I forgot, because of how she acted, how young the detective actually was. And that's probably why she grew on me in that last little bit.
And like you knowing Nazuna is a vampire, like the vampires you see, they always look young, but they're really really old. Hearing some of the past of Nazuna, and you realize she's actually really young as well.
About to say, she's actually not that old.
She's not all that much old. In vampire terms, she's not all that much older than the main male character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nazuna is like technically in her 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of us watch Dr. Stone?
That was I did. I fell off around season 3 but all in all, still an excellent series. Very informational.
Ross says Dr. Stone is okay, but we'll see how it ends in April. Because that was next on the list.
And next one after that is definitely one that I'm sure Darren watched or was at least on his list. Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus.
I unfortunately did not get a chance to watch it because I need to watch the movies first because they're technically prequels. So I need to do Rascal Does Not Dream of a Girl Going Out, and there's another one. But I need to watch the movies before I watch Santa Claus. But I still reiterate, Mai is top tier waifu material.
Secrets of the Silent Witch.
I did not watch that one.
Nope.
Same.
Nope. Same.
Grand Blue season 2.
Nope.
And then
I did, obviously, sorry, going back to this, I did watch Fragrant Flower, and in my opinion, it was one of the best of the season. And I watched it as it came out, and it deserved every bit of the score it got. Really good romance.
Going down, we have The Water Magician, which I did not watch.
Same.
Same.
Clivates.
The King of Devil Beasts, The Baby and the Brave of Undead. Never heard of it.
Not that. Rising of the Shield Hero Season 4.
I watched that.
I watched it. Not as good as previous seasons, but at least we still got a continuous flowing story.
We have Togen Anki.
I meant to watch this one and didn't.
Then one that Doug watched.
Reincarnated as a Seventh Prince, Season 2. That got dark fast.
Yes, it did.
That was on my list.
Season
Well,
1 was like
on my list.
Season 1 was cute and entertaining, and Season 2 we try not to swear on the show, but it happens from time to time, and there's no better way to say it than shit got real.
What do you mean?
Well, I say we try not to. I didn't say it never happens, but in this case, in this anime, shit got real.
I was gonna say, I stopped trying to filter my language quite some time ago.
I know, that's why it's fun to push your buttons, because every now and then we get that clip that moment.
Mhm.
And it's even and those clip that moments are the best when Darren sets you off.
Because it almost never happens.
Up next, we have Apocalypse Bringer. I did not watch that.
Same.
Nope. I think we've touched on everything I've watched.
I watched
go-
it.
There was the next two I meant to watch.
Dealing with Mikadono Sisters is a breeze.
Yep, meant to watch that one.
No, no
then-
freaking way I'll be your lover unless ...
That was one I meant to watch because Yuri.
And didn't you guys talk about Rent a Girlfriend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
talked about how
agreed
we
that we were
watched
sick of it and weren't going to finish it, and then spoiled the ending.
Yeah. Okay. Meh.
I made it to season 2 and I haven't watched anything after that.
I watched the
I
season,
made it.
lost it.
I made it 2 episodes into season 1.
And
I can kind
apparently,
of figure how it's going to end, though.
and apparently, the chat loves when you guys make me overreact to shit.
The next one.
You
I
don't
never
know
watched
how
the
the show ends,
original.
or Kaya?
Hmm?
You don't know how Rent a Girlfriend ends?
I know how it ends, but I made a guess after season 2 how it ended. That kind of came true.
The author trolled everybody.
Yep. Well, I heard people were really angry about it.
Hmm So much so that he continued it.
New Penny and Stocking. A lot of people I know watched and enjoyed it.
I watched the first episode and was like, "Oh my god, really, really?" I enjoyed the original. Bringing it back so with like that big of a gap, it just doesn't have the same feel for me personally as the original does. I watched one episode. I'm like, I don't know if I can continue watching this.
Going back to Rent a Girlfriend, because I have to share comments from the chat. Mario says, finally, R.I.P. Rent a Girlfriend, one of the worst shows ever made. I can't even really say anything to that because I didn't watch any of it. And John Knight says, I watched Rent a Girlfriend season 4 dubbed, and it was good, even though most people didn't like it.
Genuinely, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. There were people out there that I know who did. I did not. Darren did not enjoy the series, and Kaya did not. So, but it's not for everybody. And Angela didn't even care to start it. So,
bingo. That is just a not for me. But that is it. But this gets into the comment I have made many times over. There's so much that there's got to be something. There's got to be something for everyone.
Like, it's not a terrible series by no means.
It's not the
just
worst
not.
one I've ever seen. I can think of worse.
still better than Conception.
Exactly.
That's
not a high bar, though.
That's not.
How did I know that was coming at some point?
I have
Because
been
it's true.
good. Like the last 5 episodes that we've been on, we have not touched on that anime.
And
And
because
Angela was happy because she wasn't having to be subjected to it. I had to throw it in there to let her know that that joke was still coming.
yup.
Exactly.
And I knew it was
We're
coming.
getting laughs in the chat. Thank you, guys.
So now we're getting into New Saga, scooped up by an S rank adventurer.
We skipped stuff. We had City the Animation,
City the Animation.
which
Then-
I don't think any of us watched.
Nope.
Nope. Then
Ru-
one you watched.
Rotary Rocks was actually
Educational.
it was educational. It was entertaining. If you like thick thighs, that's a show for you. If you like learning about rocks and minerals and things like that, it's definitely a show for you. If you have even the slightest interest in nature and the world around you, I put that right up there. The style of show, like educational style of show, put it up there with like New Game, After School Dice Club, where you kind of learn about makings of different things. This kind of goes into the educational aspect of, the study of rocks.
Dr. Stone, Cells at Work.
And I literally would tell anybody, give this a 3-episode try. You're either going to get hooked, or you're going to say it's interesting but not my thing. I even think that, Angela, just because you like to travel, I think you would enjoy it.
Based on your description, I feel like it would be a interesting but not for me. But we'll put that on the we'll get to it eventually, maybe.
I didn't. It was a show. I'll be 100% honest. I was gonna skip. I think I watched it.
I think you only watched it because you were bored in a hotel room.
Yeah, I was bored in a hotel room. I wanted something to watch, so I was like, screw it, I'll give it a shot, and then I was hooked.
And then Couple of Cuckoo season 2.
S-Rank Adventurer was pretty good. I did not watch Couple of Cuckoos.
Ross says,
to watch Couple of Cuckoos.
Ross says S-Rank Adventure was good, especially the light romance between the main guy and the pink-haired and the girl in the picture.
Yep.
But good story. He says,
she was cute. I'm not gonna lie. The pink-haired girl was actually kind of a cute one. She kind of grew on me.
He says,
wasn't bad either.
He says A Couple of Cuckoos was okay, but season 1 did better storytelling than season 2. It didn't feel like progress ever got made.
Another one.
My wife. Oh, go ahead, Darren.
No, go ahead. I was going into a new anime.
I was going to say, A Couple of Cuckoos was an anime. While my wife and I started season 1, it got interesting and then got boring, and we stopped.
Sounds about right.
Watari
Kun's blank is
about to collapse. I meant to watch that one, and I didn't.
Outcast's Restaurant I watched. That was actually kind of interesting. Now that's one that might be an interesting one for Angela, since she does like some of the cooking shows, some of the different cooking anime stuff. But
I feel like the next one was also one Darren either watched or meant to and didn't.
No, actually, no.
Betrothed to My Sister's Ex.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not one for villainous royalty style romances, so I completely looked over that one.
The next one on the list was one that I know Angela was really, really, really looking forward to. Vending Machine Season 2.
Now we just need a Season 3.
Wait,
I forgot.
I think it's coming.
The next one after that, With You in the Rain, I meant That was one we started and didn't finish because no time. And Ross says, Outcast Restaurant was good story. It's good. Betrothed to Sister's Ex. Oh my gosh, loved it. It was good. Darren, not villainous.
Well, like I said royalty.
And then Ross says his favorite from the summer season was A Rank Party. And then we've got
the next one on the list. I meant to watch because of all the stuff I saw from this show. And
Private Tutor?
What?
The Private
No.
Tutor one? Oh, Shy Hero?
No. I must be looking at a list that y'all aren't.
Which one?
It's Nukitashi, the animation.
Yeah, because we had gotten With You in the Rain. The next one was Shy Hero and the Assassin Princess, and then Private Tutor.
Yeah, no, the app I'm using, probably showing the more adult ones. This isn't a hentai, but it might as well have been. It's called Nukitashi, the animation, and the whole show is basically about students having to interact in different ways in every episode.
Interesting.
Okay. I'll just read it. The tropical Seiren Island is a paradise for deviants. The infamous pervert law grants near complete sexual freedom with almost no taboos or boundaries. With its various suggestive attractions, the Seranto Health Organization entices visitors while providing regular medical checks and contraceptive pills to ensure carefree enjoyment. However, for high school student Jinosuke Tachibana, the island is far from ideal. Having recently moved there with his younger sister Asane, he cannot stand the empty, loveless sexual acts. To make matters worse, Jinosuke's abstinence attracts unwanted attention, and those who defy the law face punishment. Jinosuke soon crosses paths with Nanase Katagiri, a notorious island seductress. Surprisingly, instead of forcing herself on him, she helps him flee from the SHO. Together, they discover a secret group that exists for a singular goal to destroy the SHO. Now equipped with a way to resist the unjust rules, Jinosuke and other kindred spirits set out to crush the pervert law. I know you're asking, what the heck did I just read?
I remember you talking about it during that season, but I never actually watched it.
And like I said, I forgot to watch it. And I know Angela's just like, what? Because she is very quiet right now.
Angela, in Angela's mind, that's definitely not for me.
Pretty much. That's kind of really it.
Ross, please tell me you watched this one. Mario, I need one of y'all. Like, come on here.
Ross says Vending Machine season 2 was funny. Private Tutor was okay, but not great.
I enjoyed Private Tutor.
Toilet Bound Hanako season 2 was not as good as season 1, but good progress in the story. Ross said skipped it, Darren.
So I disagree with Ross on Toilet Bound Hanako season 2. I think season 2 was better than season 1. I think the storyline got better, and I think it was another one of those where shit got real and you weren't expecting.
And Doug, Mario watched both Vending Machine and Hanako season 2s.
Very good. I'm proud of you, Mario. Again, I felt like Vending Machine season 2 was not as good as season 1. It wasn't bad, but I also feel like I went into season 1 with such low expectations, and it like blew them away that because of that feeling of, okay, I'm going to watch this to troll on it and make fun of it. Oh my God, it's actually good. What the hell happened? Season 2 continued the story, which I love the fact that they continued a storyline with it. And the storyline got better. But
And
the
then-
show just wasn't as
Uh,
good in my opinion.
Ross says, "Let me clarify, Doug. The romance and comedy was disappointing." He says,
Okay. So I can understand, you know, the season 1 of Toilet had some really comedic parts. Season 2 had some really serious undertones. So if you were watching it for like a cutesy romantic story about a high school girl and this ghost Tanako from the women's bathroom, you know, the school legends of all the 7 ghosts or spooks of this school. Season 1 did not prepare you for how serious the subject matter was going to get in season 2. And I think that's why I like season 2 better than 1, is because it like, I didn't go into it being like it's a cute romance. I went into it being like, this is an interesting story. Also, I like ghosts, so that makes it interesting. And then season 2, oh my God, this person is about to die. This person is being used as a sacrifice. This person is trying to be saved by these other 2 people. Like a lot of stuff happened, and I feel like, and it was a lot to try to remember when watching it week to week. I feel like if I go back and binge season 2 of Hanako-kun, it's gonna hit that much harder because I'm not gonna have that 7-day time frame or 7, 8, 9, 10-day time frame because of my work schedule from when we watch the last episode to the next one, and have it all crammed together and be like, this hits harder than it should. Scrolling down here, up next we have Detective These Days Are Crazy. I did not watch. I don't know if any of you guys did.
Nope.
"Nope."
Solo Camping for 2. I think Ross was big on that one. One of the people in the chat was big on solo camping.
Ross, in fact, says Solo Camping for 2 was comfortable, but way long for the romance to happen.
Cultural Exchange with a Game Center Girl. Did anybody besides me watch this?
I heard good things about it, but didn't watch it.
It was really cute, interesting. It was an interesting take on differences in culture based on behaviors and timing of things. And I know that's a weird way to say it, to put like one of the key things, but a young English girl and her a British family moves to Japan, still with all of their knowledge of British and holidays and things like that. When somebody does something on Valentine's Day, the young British girl takes it one way, even though there was no meaning behind the gesture. And that's what kind of leads to the shenanigans that ensues.
Ross says Cultural Exchange Game Girl was funny and it said romance, but it was dry. It was fine.
A cat going insane behind me. I can hear her playing with something.
Did anyone see you tomorrow at the food court?
I think that was one that I meant to watch, and I never did.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't think most of these I didn't watch at all.
And then April Showers, I know Ross, I believe, watched this one. Someone did, because someone I remember was talking about it during the season. I think this was one I looked at and then just never got around to it.
We have Bad Girl. I did not watch.
I heard about that. I heard good things about that one.
Arc Knights, Rise from Ember. I did not watch. Night of the Living Cat. I did not watch. Rebirth Verse. I did not watch. We have Hell Teacher, Hotel Inhumans. I did not. I don't think any of us watched. Let's Go Karaoke. Did not watch.
Nope.
Nope.
Dekken no Mogura, the Earthbound Mole, is a no.
Turkey.
Darren's dream anime for bowling, Turkey.
They ruined it.
He did not watch. No.
No, I watched part of it.
Did you drop it like I did?
Yes. Like, if you're gonna do a bowling anime, give me like bowling, not the history of bowling. Like, and not only that, a false history of bowling. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like that was just unnecessary. Like, give me an actual bowling anime where they're actually trying to compete, like in a tournament. Give me a tournament arc, for crying out loud.
Vermont Kitchen was one I distinctly remember trying to find, couldn't find it.
Yeah, it doesn't show a license up here like some of the other ones you see, Crunchy Rolls, and I saw High Dives. With vengeance, sincerely, your broken saintless or saintess. Did not watch that one. Captivated by You, no. Reincarnated as a neglected noble. Did not watch.
Nope.
Reincarnated as a neglected noble, raising my baby brother with memories from my past life. What in the actual hell? I do enjoy my I do enjoy my isekai long titles, but that's freaking stupid. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed it, great, but that title is ridiculous. Milky Subway. That sounds like Darren's type of show.
What?
The title here says Milky Subway, the Galactic Limited Express. Nine Ruler's Crown was a no. I think the rest of this probably no for most of us. Card Fight Vanguard.
Yeah, no, I think we have.
I think we have exhausted that one.
Yep, I think we are at the. Point where I think we're done.
So looking at this list of stuff that we watched and enjoyed, I think my top two would have to be Call of the Night and the shock of the. I would say probably the hidden gem, no pun intended, of Ruri Rocks. I think that was an anime that was really good that a lot of people slept on because of I don't want to watch a show about rocks.
Ross says his top two for summer would be Betrothed to Sisters X and S Rank Adventure. My top two, based on what I watched, I'm actually going to go with Kaiju 8 Season 2 and Sakamoto Days Season 2.
So now, next we're going up to fall 2025. Starting off with One Punch Man Season 3.
I meant to watch that, but I heard so many bad things about it, like how bad this season was, that I unfortunately forgot to watch it.
Spy Family Season 3. I think I'm still need to watch the last episode of that.
I'm still a couple episodes behind as well.
So I'm the only one that's finished it. That's shocking.
And John Knight says his favorite summer anime was Kaiju 8 Season 2.
Mine was a tie between Fragrant Flower and, well, actually, it was Call of the Night, with Fragrant Flower being a close second, and Sakamoto definitely third. Sorry, but my excitement factor of Dress Up Darling was just not there.
No, don't get me wrong, Dress Up Darling was good. I enjoyed it, but if I'm going with favorites for the season, I enjoyed Sakamoto and Kaiju 8 more than I enjoyed Dress Up Darling.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like everybody's saying, Dress Up Darling was still a good show. We're not saying that we hated season 2. It was terrible. Season 2, I feel like season 2 was a good addition to season 1. There were some really cute moments in season 2, especially when they were at the karaoke bar and one of their friends came out and asked if they were dating, and they both got really, really embarrassed. I thought that was a really sweet moment in the series, but I feel like they could have done so much more, especially hearing rumors of what's happened in the manga itself. So I feel like there's a lot that's been left out that may come into season 3 and make it better again.
See, all right, Ross, My Hero Academia final season. Ross says it was good, but need to finish the final episode in May. See, I might be in the minority here. I actually was completely satisfied with the ending we got.
I still don't know the ending and honestly have no intention to.
I just feel like they're just trying to get a little more money out of it because they know they can.
Yeah.
From what I read, it was actually the fandom demanding a better ending.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but why?
It basically comes down to the manga readers, the source material people versus the anime people. And a lot of people, from what I've heard from various podcasts, a lot of the fans were absolutely irate at the ending of My Hero. And so I think it was one of those cases that no matter how it ended, people were going to be upset.
Yep.
And I think that's what we're getting into nowadays with some of these long-running series is you get so enthralled in the storyline and you know these characters and you feel like you're a part of the show because it's been going for so long that then when it ends, you're complaining because it ended. Not that you're happy or sad how it ended. You're just mad that it's done.
Mm-hmm. And, and it's funny. I think I forget who it was from Japan basically said, look, these series are going to go based on how Japan perceives the series. We don't give a damn what the rest of the world says.
Yeah, and that's another thing is we view it from an American standpoint. You know what I mean? Because we're from America. We don't have the same upbringing as the Japanese culture. The people who live in Japan have a lot of different family lifestyles, different different rules, societal rules that they live by. There are certain things that we do here that if you did in Japan could get you exported.
or the other way around.
Yeah.
And Ross, jumping ahead a little bit, Ross says, "May I ask for one final thing? Was awesome. Love the English. Love the English voice actor saying beach. So funny the way she said it. One of his favorites for the entire fall season."
I kind of wanted to start that. I think my wife started watching that. I saw Gigic's video talking about the fall 25 season, and the one clip that he showed multiple times was her just completely bitch slapping somebody, and I'm like, I kind of want to watch it just because of that.
I meant to watch it.
I probably should sit down and again, depending on how much I'm stuck in hotels this week and in the next few weeks, see what I can do. This train actually has a pretty quick turnaround, so it's not that I'm not that long stuck in there. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. Didn't watch it. I don't even remember hearing about it.
I meant to watch it.
To Your Eternity, Season 3.
I heard really good things about the series as a whole. Never started it.
Yeah, I got a 7.73 on Mal.
Ross says, "Assassin better than hero status. Good story, comfortable watch. Should put Demon Idol with Elf and main male."
And after To Your Eternity, we have Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Observed Skill. That was actually enjoyable. It developed a storyline I wasn't expecting, and I can understand why I got a 7.7. Up next, we have my friend's little sister has it in for me. I think I watched the first episode and then forgot that I had started it.
I need to watch the last episode, but all in all, I've seen worse. I've seen better. It's decent at best.
Yeah, I watched almost nothing from fall.
Yep.
And Ross continues his commentary with, "Hero without a class is just fine. Good story."
Now, the next one, I need a second season of. I need a second season. Like yesterday.
My friend's little sister has it in for me.
No, level 9,999 unlimited gotcha.
Backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. I'm out for revenge. He made an absolute fool out of some of these people, and I'm sorry, the way he did it in comparison to a lot of other revenge anime was glorious.
I will agree with you, Darren. Granted, I didn't watch some of the other revenge anime, but I was really taken in by this show. The way that he was treated at the end of episode 1, you could really feel like why he has the revenge, and how he plots his revenge is so maniacal.
It's
like so devious and so like calculated. It's ridiculous how he plans to get this stuff done. And you factor all of that in with cute anime girls of different species, because drawing them out of gotcha cards, and they're every one of them is at least a level like 4,500 to 9,999, and they're going up against like high elves. I've got 3,000 power, and they're going up against like a Kakro who's like, oh, that's nice, I'm level 6,666, or something ridiculous like that.
Exactly.
Like so outclassed.
It
was really good.
Probably my favorite part of the whole show. Hey, if I was to take on the surface, how would I do? Well, I think you do well, but you probably meet your match at yada 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 yada. And then he's like, okay, step into my office. Now what do you think?
I think one of my favorite moments, and it's not really a spoiler, because you don't really know the context, is when he literally made the elf girl who kicked him when he was down. You know, he was literally on the ground, had been shot in the leg, left for dead. The elf girl who pretended to care for him and, you know, treat him the best out of all the monsters in their party. He made her literally piss herself.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, is there any better revenge than a scene where the person who tricked you the most and hurt you the most emotionally, you made them pee themselves in fear?
And not only that, he gave her exactly what she gave him in the exact same spot.
Yep. And halftime score 6-3 Patriots.
But yeah, I need a season 2 of that. Like
I agree. Season 1 was really good. I might go back and rewatch it just because it's all out there now.
I'm not gonna lie, I rewatched the episodes as they came out a little bit, and I don't normally do that just because I was like, okay, did I really see what I just saw?
Yeah. I do have to add, and I know Angela's rolling her eyes. Who was your favorite girl?
Who was my favorite girl? As much as I love all the girls, it was between the head maid and Icy.
For me, it was between the silent cat assassin, the blue-haired girl that was just yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like you can't understand a thing she's saying, but you can just tell in her tone that there was a lot of comedic meows in there. And I also liked the fairy. I think she was kind of like a fairy witch type thing with the blonde haired girl that had the green leaves on the sides.
Yes.
I liked her personality.
She was definitely interesting. But yeah, I have to give it to both of the maids. The original head maid, of course, and then the other one that you know which one I'm talking about. The one with the blue and red hair, kind of like Baku,
Yep.
kind of like the
Yeah.
Todoroki.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I also had developed a soft spot for the girl with the gun who was like really shy.
Yes, she was adorable, and I have to give credit to Jack and Gold. Gold was entertaining.
Oh, Gold was great.
He-
We've kind of
he
taken
was-
over talking about this show. This is the most Darren has talked in any episodes in the last year and a half.
pretty much.
Which is why I'm not saying anything and just kind of allowing it.
Well, the guy's like a mix between Cocytus from Overlord and well, he's kind of like a mix of the Overlord characters. Like he's kind of like a mix of Ainz and Cocytus.
With a hint of Angela.
Yeah, I can see that because he didn't hold his tongue. But then again, neither did Jack.
But
I was about to say, what am I being compared to and why?
You need to pull a picture of Gold up.
Oh, God.
maybe later. Let's continue the rest of fall 2025 before we run out of time. I think we've spent 15 minutes on this one show.
Well, I'm sorry.
Hopefully the fans out there, I can't see chat. Hopefully the fans out there are enjoying the little banter here.
Ross says, can confirm Darren is not feeling dead.
Darren's
like
not
I said,
dead.
that show, I need season 2 yesterday.
I agree. Up next, we have Sanda.
And that's the one I told Ann she needed to watch.
Again, I never did.
Because who doesn't love a show about Santa?
I mean, I can give Ange as much crap as, and deservedly so, as much crap as I got for not watching Goblin Slayer for as long as I did. It took Angela half that time to watch the 5 shows, the 5 episode one. So basically 4 episodes. And she did. I think you said that you got that done today.
Yep.
So it took her about 2 months, where it took me about 6. So up next, we have A Wild Last Boss Appears. Did not watch it. Was not on my radar.
I'd probably go back and watch it.
Hero Without a Class, Who Even Needs Skills? Story of a world where when you're born, you are given a skill, and that basically does that cements your fate as to what you're going to be doing in your lifetime. Our main character, when going to discover his class, gets rated as classless. He is then picked on, made fun of, because he doesn't have a class. So they figure he can't master anything. When you have a class, you master that thing. If you have a class in swordsmanship, you become one of the top swordsmen. You have a class in blacksmithing, you become a blacksmith. That type of thing. He has no class, so he ends up trying to master everything, whether it be magic, whether it be the art of the sword, or whatever he set his mind to, he set out to master. And it actually was pretty good. I want a season 2 because I feel that there's a romance element that really could be put in between the main character and the redhead girl, who was a childhood friend. I would not be disappointed if that happened, but he is so much of a free spirit. If they did get together, it would drive her nuts because he'd never be home. Up next, we have Let This Grieving Soul Retire, Part 2.
I meant to watch that show mostly because of the black-haired girl, but I forgot.
I did not watch it. I don't know if you caught anything from this season or not.
Not that season. I watched the first season.
Dusk Beyond the End of the World, did not watch.
I did. What the basically starts out like any other anime, getting into AI. Basically, your main character develops the mark of the beast, and humanity basically kills her for it, and also tries to kill her fiance for it, for obvious reasons. They both end up surviving, and she ends up getting her wish and dooms humanity in the process. And as a result, humanity basically resets, and now you're living in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has almost no technology.
Interesting.
And of course, then you also have androids that come into play.
Darren's
Because,
favorite robotic women.
It was just the last couple episodes made you go. It was a major, like, it changed everything you thought you knew.
Interesting.
Basically, it's like Ross says. It will anger you and pull you in deep to the story, but the story and the animation and the art is good. It is, but it's one of those shows that will be like, okay, this is decent, and then in the last couple episodes make you go, what the?
Yeah, definitely. From the sounds of it, definitely a WTF show.
It really was.
Up next, we have This Monster Wants to Eat Me.
I was gonna watch that, but I was like, nah.
I did it. The concept sounded interesting at first, and then I just kind of forgot about it because I was watching quite a few other shows. So I never got to it. Ranma 1/2 2024 second season, so the reboot of the old Ranma 1/2. It took me a long time to watch Ranma.
I heard really good things about it, but just never did.
My wife and I sat down and watched, the Ranma series that's on Netflix. So it's part of this 2024 series. We watched both seasons. And it's really, really good. Really, really funny. I think Shampoo is my favorite character in the entire show. I think she was the cutest of the female characters in the show. And that was even before finding out that she transforms into a cat. Chitose is in the Ramune bottle.
I meant to watch this one, and it's pulled up on my computer, but I just never started it. I
never saw that one. Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai. Is anybody surprised that I watched it?
Nope.
No.
I was waiting for the collective. Oh, hell no. It was good. I think the funniest thing about Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai is when he's being reincarnated, he says he wants a cute partner. He ends up with the little dragon as his cute partner. So, like a god dragon's baby is the partner he ends up with.
So I'm going to share some more of Ross's comments.
Sounds good.
Dusk Beyond the End of the World was crazy. The twist angered me with a freaking 7-year time skip, but ending makes up for potentially all three ending up together. It was wild. The humanity of the world rules will anger you and pull you in deep to the story, but the story and animation art is good. And Monster Meat Milady, so good, comfortable, and adorable romance was fire. Love the show.
That was coming up.
Yep, that one's coming up. Looking at this row, I did not watch any of it. The Banished Court Magician aims to become the strongest. Awkward Senpai, I've heard people talk about. Past a Monster Meat Milady, I did not watch.
Awkward Senpai, I meant to watch.
I was gonna say that one sounds like that would be up your alley.
That sounds like a Darren show.
Almost sounds like Darren in real life, an Awkward Senpai.
I wasn't gonna go there.
I'll admit it.
He has admitted it before. That's why I did that.
Awkward Senpai, according to Ross, Awkward Senpai was awkward as the title, but it was okay.
Well, if it wasn't awkward and they had it in the title, I think there was something wrong.
Taojima wants to be a Kamen Rider.
I heard so many. Oh my god, the amount of memes I saw from that. I should probably watch it just for the memes alone and the references that they made.
Isekai Quartet 3.
Yes.
That was good. Cinderella, more Uma Musume. I did not watch. I
That's
did not watch part 2.
yep.
We
I
skipped
didn't-
over Dad is a Hero, Mom is a Spirit, I'm a Reincarnator. I did not watch it, but I think that was on my list to at least check it out to see if it was. Obviously, it's not Spy Family, but it sounds interesting enough to mix 3 different things like they did in Spy Family. So I kind of want to give that a try. I just haven't yet.
Nope.
Yano-kun's Ordinary Dates. I don't think any of
Uh,
us watched.
Nope. Ross says I started burning out on Yano Kun Ordinary Day. Just the comedy and romance kept disappearing in the story, but it was an okay ending.
I meant to watch Inexpressive Kashiwada and Expressive Uta.
Tales of Wedding Rings season 2.
I started that because season 1 was decent, but season 2, for whatever reason, I watched like 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes, and it just didn't keep me like intrigued and entertained like season 1 did. So I ended up dropping that, and I'm sure that's sacrilege to some people who absolutely loved it. But I was like, it's just not keeping me hooked like season 1 was.
Did anyone watch Gintama's spinoff?
No.
Okay, because I've heard so much about Gintama and seen various clips from Gintama because it's one of the greatest anime of all time, according to the people of my anime list.
Ross says Mechanical Marie felt dry on romance, but the comedy was good.
Going back to Uma Musume Part 2, that's got an 8.68. I am kind of surprised it's that high, although I haven't seen it. Good. But that just goes to show you how much people love horse girls.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it's a good series.
It is. Like, the whole franchise is fantastic. And the game is, I mean, we've talked enough on this show and heard enough stuff and seen enough stuff on social media about how insane the fan base is. You can't say toxic when a fan base donates like hundreds and thousands of like pounds of feed to feed the horses in these stalls, which in some cases that the trainers and stuff are probably struggling. I'm sure they don't make a shit ton of money for horse racing, especially in a case of like Haru Urara, who was beloved thanks to her pink-haired anime counterpart, because she entered over 100 races and never won.
Mm-hmm.
And
but she was treated like a queen for the last couple months of her
life, thanks to a mobile game and an anime. So it's insane to think of, but it kind of is a nice thing when you realize that, hey, we did this thing and now it brought a whole new, and it wasn't just like Japanese fans. They were getting donations, and from what I hear, they're getting a lot of these stables are getting visits from people from all over the world that want to come and see these racehorses.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, something about Uma Musume made it over to some of the races here in the U.S. At least I thought I heard that on one of the news outlets.
Yeah, side games.
Yeah, I think Side Games has even started incorporating some of the American racehorses in there now for some of the mobile characters.
And I think they were sponsors of some of the famous horse races across the country.
Yep.
Not just Japan.
They've gotten pretty big. Granted, they've kind of come under fire recently.
Well, I'm just glad they went after PETA.
Oh, yeah. Aaron, have you heard the other thing with Side Games right now?
Nope.
They announced they're making their own little side, like, company that deals with AI, and everybody's in an uproar about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it just came in the chat. Ross says Cygames is facing backlash by announcing wanting to make an AI studio recently.
Yep.
Oh no! Please no.
Agreed. Please, no.
Back to our list, we have The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess, which I don't think any of us watched.
That's probably a Ross title.
Gnosia, which was a no, that was a sci-fi suspense. Hands Off. Hands Off.
Sarawate or something.
Yeah, Kaisha-kun.
Yeah, that was
Massage
one
Skills. Okay. That one. Take the sports out, and it says, and it screams Darren with the etchy part.
Of course.
A Star Brighter Than the Sun, did not watch. Wand Dance, I did not watch, but I've seen some memes. And I've seen some people poke fun at, including Gigic. Little Miss Vampire Can't Suck Right. I need to finish that. That was actually really cute.
I was gonna watch that and I forgot.
I might be taking a chance here by saying I think the main character, Luna, it might be one of the cutest vampires in anime history, in my opinion.
That's a bold statement.
Just like some of her quirks, some of like the animation that they do with her, it just makes you like sympathize with her because she has trouble sucking blood. Which is basically what it is. Can't suck right. She has trouble drawing blood. There's one classmate who offers to let her practice on him, and the way that they put her into a chibi form that makes it like she goes from this cute, shy, awkward little anime girl to an adorable chibi that you must protect.
So, but Itadeki Sekai, but no, wait, no, that was Succubus. That wasn't Vampire.
Up next on the list, we have With You, Our Love Will Make It Through. My wife fell in love with this show.
Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
She went out, and we actually have like the first two or three volumes of the manga.
Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
I would not watch it either. Kingdom 6th season, no.
Nope.
Let's Play, no. Kakario Bed and Breakfast for Spirits 2. I need to finish it. It is really good. I love the franchise. In fact, I think the last cosplay I did was of Genji from the show. The art style in season 2 from season 1, because they switched studios, takes a bit of getting used to. Alma-chan wants to be a family. I think that's what a couple of us talked about wanting to at least look into, but I know I never did.
I never did.
Yeah, me neither.
Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace.
That is one I would actually consider watching, considering I watched Comic Girls, Comic Party. Basically, it's how to make a manga.
Okay.
That may be something, because if it's like how to make something or like educational on a subject, I seem to be drawn to those.
Yep, it says new shoujo manga artist Nana Futami works hard every day while being supported by Kaede Sato, her female editor who is older than her, and Mizuki Hazama, her assistant. According to the girl herself, she sometimes drums up intense daydream delusions of occupational illness. A working girls comedy set in the entertainment industry, brought to you by an author who always draws various girls.
Interesting. I might have to look into that. Up next, we got more Digimon. That's still going.
Digimon Beat Break is one we meant to watch over the fall, didn't, and it's in our queue for this season.
Yep. I've yet to see it, but I want to see it.
So I'll have something to say about that later.
Touring After the Apocalypse. Did
Nope.
not watch.
Sounds like another anime. Sounds similar to some other anime.
Yeah. We have No Orchestra Season 2, which did not see Season 1.
Nope.
Plus Size Misadventures in Love.
Nope.
Ross, I'm sure, watched that one.
I Saved Myself with a Potion. Life in Another World. Did not see.
Nope.
Ninja
Anime-Zing.
versus Gokudo.
Nope.
Nope.
Shabake.
I'm guessing that some of these ones were coming down to our stuff that we probably did not watch, which is like I'm scrolling down. I don't think that any of us watched anything down here. So on that note, with 4 minutes left, we made it through the entire year. I'd say top highlights from 2025 for me.
Apothecary Diaries.
Apothecary Diaries and Call of the Night are top two.
I'd say Call of the Night and Fragrant Flower.
Surprising no one, I'm gonna go with my absolute top for the year being Apothecary Diaries. I suppose
Vending
I should.
Machine Season 2, your second?
I'm gonna say.
Keeps ignoring that one.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a one with Apothecary Diaries being the overall my favorite of the year. Honorable, good ones for each season. Zenshu was probably the standout for winter. And Shirley for spring. Sakamoto and Kaiju 8 were the standouts for summer, and I really watched like nothing for fall. My Hero was good, but if I'd watched probably anything else. And I'm gonna do some chat comments before we wrap. John Knight says today is Jeremy Inman's birthday, voice of Android 16 in the Dragon Ball franchise, Obi in Fire Force, and Taurus in Fairy Tail.
And part of one of our most iconic Christmas specials ever when Jeremy Inman and Anthony Bowling joined the show from at the time, Funimation voice actor Christmas party.
And before the show ends, Guy Moon music behind Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents passed away in a car accident. Condolences.
Yes.
Condolences to the family.
Patriots fumble, Chargers recover. And the Patriots were in the red zone.
Kaya, did you have any
Do you have a top of the year or top two of the year?
I would say my top of the year probably Mayabashi Witches. I really like that show. My second being the Princess Orchestra, but sadly, that is not licensed and you have to watch it kind of the dark way.
Yeah, there are some shows out there that have the potential to be really, really good, but they're not licensed. So you have to go, like you said, you have to go underground to find them. Or and as much as people don't like certain companies, certain streaming sites and things like that, I do know, you do know that it still helps the industry to subscribe, which is why I do.
Yep.
Because that income coming in is what they use to pay the voice actors to help dub the shows, whether it's going Sentai, High Dive to Sentai Filmworks, whether it's to Crunchyroll. I mean, that's why I subscribe to him, because I want to support the industry. We've had enough voice actors from the industry on the show. I've learned enough about some of the behind the scenes things over these last 11 and a half years that I want to do my best to support them as best as I can.
You know what? Ditto. I'm gonna say kind of ditto. Just, the subscriptions. The subscriptions, if you remember to use them, they are worth it.
Especially considering the fact they're doing away with physical media in so many instances, that which sucks.
If you want a really good look, from a voice actor perspective about the industry, Sean Chiplock and me running my mouth is probably the perfect example of that.
Look up, go into our archives and watch our interview with Sean Chiplock. He was one of the probably, if not the top interview of AZR's history, one of the definitely top 5 interviews of AZR's history. And it was one of those shows that when it ended and we went off the air, Angela, Darren, and myself were all like, that just happened, and I hope nobody gets in trouble.
He was extremely candid, and you guys even said at the time, you can visibly tell that I was reading the chat questions without really thinking, and you could tell when my brain kicked in.
Yeah.
Because I realized about halfway through reading the question that I probably shouldn't have, and then was just like, well, too late now. We're just going to get a non-answer and move on, and it'll be fine, right? Nope.
Oh, no.
And to give you the time frame, this was Kaya. This was back when the controversy had come out about how much voice actors make. Why don't they gain royalties from their work when a video game, takes off, or an anime?
Yep.
So when all of that was in the news and fresh on everybody's mind, that's when Sean joined us, and a question came up about that topic, which 99% of the voice actors would say no comment or give you a generic pre-planned answer. And Sean just ran with it. And I think it was almost a 45-minute answer.
And it was one of those, as soon as the words were out of my mouth, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I run my mouth again and bad things happen. But no, he was extremely candid, and it was fantastic.
But on that note, we've got to get going. It is a little after 10.
And Ross is taking credit for asking the question.
Which it doesn't surprise me.
No, it doesn't surprise me either, but
on that note, I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Stay safe out there. I know weather has been really screwy here in Pennsylvania and throughout the country. Stay safe, stay healthy, overcome these sicknesses. Kaya, get better soon. Yep. And until next week, when you will have Angela, Darren, and Kaya, have a wonderful time. This has been Anime-Zing Radio here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Have a great night, all.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, night.